the king of the Commodore Ballroom. I am El Phantasmo, and I hate video games.
Not the place to say that tonight, LP.
In fact, if you like video games, I think you're stupid.
Well, come on.
I am taking that personally.
Hey, and if you play video games for sport, you're a bunch of losers. Y'all just don't want to be athletes like Dan Makabe.
Oh.
What? Just because I am an actual professional athlete, it's only fair that I request the same in my opponent.
Well.
You know, if liking video games makes you losers, and if playing video games is stupid, that must mean everybody in this ring is looped. And to be honest, I've already been paid tonight. You people don't deserve to see me wrestle, just like this city doesn't deserve to win a Stanley Cup.
He is taking no prisoners tonight.
Portmanteau game is strong, though.
Look at this. Is El Phantasmo leaving?
Excuse me, LP. Come on. I normally like to do my talking in the ring, as everyone is well aware, but sometimes I have to lower myself to other people's level, so here we go. That was a real myriad of credentials you listed off there, but you know, what have you done for me lately? Where have you been? You certainly haven't been in Vancouver. You certainly haven't been at NEW. And you know what? We're really more similar than you think. We're both world-traveled wrestlers. I was actually in Germany when the whole pandemic went down, so, you know, I can relate to you. But unlike you, I don't work for a once, you know, the top company in the world that now nobody gives a shit about, if we're being honest.
Well, he's not wrong there.
Hey, I got a paradigm for you, LP. Listen to this one. If a tree falls in the Tokyo Dome and no one's there, does it make a sound?
Wow, Makabe.
Sorry, do I have to dumb myself down? Did you get that? Is that a little highbrow for you? Okay, I'll LP it up. I don't work for a company that was once, you know, very glorious. I'm not a part of a stable that once featured some, like, world-class competitors that now, a little less so. In fact, I hate to be the one to break it to you. Switchblade is fine. You're kind of the Bullet Club's bitch boy.
Well, if that doesn't get him back to the ring, nothing will.
I didn't want to go there, yet here we are. So if maybe we can get the talking out of the way, you can get into the ring, I can tap you out in the middle of this ring like I do. And then all these people can go home and enjoy their evenings, come back tomorrow, play some video games, because that's what we're here for.
This is unbelievable. El Phantasmo came out here and made no friends, and Makabe is calling him to the carpet. I am so curious to know these two styles, how different they are and how they're going to play out in the ring. We're going to get a match here. It took a little while to get there, but we're going to get El Phantasmo and Daniel Makabe.
Oddly enough, Daniel Makabe endearing himself to this crowd at NEW 2. That's got to be something uncommon for him.
Locking in, and immediately a handful of hair from LP. But look at Daniel Makabe with a strong shoulder.
But you don't say what LP did about the Stanley Cup in this town and not expect any comeuppance from it.
So many people were talking about this match, and so many people weren't sure where this was going to go, but we see a side of Daniel Makabe we're not used to seeing, which is his verbal side. And boy, he called LP back into the ring tonight.
And it was that bitch boy of the Bullet Club line that I think really drew the ire of El Phantasmo as he hears it again from the crowd.
Locking in the final match of an extraordinary night here at the Vancouver Convention Center. And as they say, the best is yet to come. LP, so many tools in the tool belt. Strong off the ropes, catches Makabe, goes right back to it. This time, nobody home.
Look before you leap. Sage advice, perhaps, for El Phantasmo on that one, as Makabe takes advantage with a strong kick to the sternum.
I don't know if I've ever seen that particular Vancouver Whitecaps jersey. LP into the corner, boy, wringing that arm completely 360 around before Makabe tries to shoot LP, who reverses it, and yet meets yet another part of the size 11 of Daniel Makabe. Makabe wants this fight on the canvas. He wants this down where he can work his magic. He does not want to do this up in the air where LP calls home.
Makabe repping the Whitecaps this evening, as you mentioned there, Rob. Very rare for him to do that, in Vancouver anyways. And he's got to hope for a better result than they saw this evening, falling 4-1 to the Sounders in Seattle.
With Makabe representing the Whitecaps, do you think he's maybe courting the fan base here in NEW and trying to get them more on his side?
Perhaps a little bit, but I think he likes to do his talking in the ring, as he said before the match. If you're going to come around on the ring talent that is Daniel Makabe, you're likely going to do it because of what he's doing in the ring, not because of what he's wearing in the ring.
LP trying to get that third count. I thought he might have had it there, but Makabe finding his way out of it, arching his back, LP on top of him. Working his way on top. Boy, Makabe's legs so strong. Up and over goes LP. Boy, this plays into the favor of Daniel Makabe. This is his style of wrestling.
Both men keeping that lock of the hands with monkey flips going in both directions.
Oh, dirty play from LP. Stomping on all those digits of Daniel Makabe.
Is he biting onto the fingers?
I think he was. I think he was. And going right back to it. Ooh, ringing that pinky finger, grabbing the ring finger. All in different directions.
Grip is so important for a submission specialist like Daniel Makabe, and LP's looking to neutralize that right here.
I don't know how Daniel Makabe is going to get the feeling back in those fingers anytime soon. Try to fend off LP right now. Couple of kicks. And going right back to the fingers again. This is mean-spirited. That's the other hand of Makabe.
It's Phantasmo trying to meet Makabe on his level by targeting limbs and joints. Unfortunately, those hands are pivotal to what Makabe wants to do, which is, of course, essentially the exact same thing that Phantasmo is doing to him right now.
Now they take it out to the mat. Ooh, strong chop. Right across the right across the chest of Daniel Makabe. Yet another chop.
There was a collection of fans here chanting "Bitch Boy" at El Phantasmo. He is going right to them with those chops in front of them for Daniel Makabe.
He needs thicker skin. This Vancouver fan base isn't going to take that. And now, even with those digits going in different directions, a strong chop to the chest of LP.
And you see the immediate recoil from Daniel Makabe, the pain from lodging those chops at his chest.
As El Phantasmo may have left Vancouver to find his way in the wrestling world as a competitor, he seems to have lost his way spiritually. This is not the young man that this city once so loved.
Imagine having your fingers hurting that much and then missing with a straight chop into the iron post here at NEW 2. Still wincing in pain. Daniel Makabe, 2 count, almost got there, but once again bridged his back. LP goes right back to the well, and this time gets completely shoved off Daniel Makabe, who is fighting 2 fights here, one against LP and the other against the feeling in his hands.
His fingers continue to bother him, and you got to think that that's going to be a big problem, because any sort of strikes that he's going to engage in are going to hurt him just as much as El Phantasmo.
Slap right to Makabe. Using the ropes, LP going up, finding a little leverage. And just wringing those fingers, and you know what? Using the height to his advantage as well. Nobody does that better than LP. And he's biting them. And will now walk yet another rope at the expense of Daniel Makabe.
The arrogance and viciousness of El Phantasmo on full display.
Look at this. Nice offense from Daniel Makabe, who was, if I knew better, I'd say he was trying to bite LP's fingers.
But you see, he had trouble locking those hands for that submission because of the injury to his digits.
Perseverance. LP met him at the pass, and now Makabe completely upside down, and LP's boot right into the esophagus of one Daniel Makabe.
Phantasmo got him stuck in the tree of woe as Makabe cannot break free.
Oh, Colton G, the referee, pushing back on El Phantasmo.
See, Makabe even trying to pull himself out of that tree of woe is difficult for him with the injury to his fingers.
LP's got him lined up, Makabe in a vulnerable position. And just ringing that, hitting him in the Makabes, for lack of a better phrase. But does Daniel have him? Oh, look at that! Throws the big man off the ropes. LP has worked almost every angle of Daniel Makabe's body, and even when Makabe tries to build a little momentum with his hand, he can't even bang the mat. Phantasmo back up to his feet. Makabe meets him there. Stiff elbow to the head. Couple of offensive shots here from Daniel, who chases LP into the corner and continues to hit him high and low. And uppercut.
You look at these strikes, very few direct punches thrown. He's trying to avoid engaging his fingers. It's a lot of stiff forearms and elbow shots.
Ooh, right over the back of El Phantasmo. Makabe finds a counter. Look at this maneuver. Could he get El Phantasmo to tap? That was what he said he would do with microphone in hand. Oh, El Phantasmo! 2! Oh, almost got a pinfall.
A double underhook sit-down powerbomb for Makabe. And now, finally, it's El Phantasmo who finds himself reeling against the ropes. Makabe taking control.
Can Makabe? Ooh, he did. Caught him stiff, LP. Just hanging over the top rope. And now that's where Daniel Makabe is going to take him as he goes up to the rope. Oh, but LP caught him, and oh, that's not going to feel good tomorrow. Makabe being held up by LP. Ooh, stern kick to the back of the head. as LP once again ringing him over his shoulders, taking him back towards the middle of the ring. Spinning around 6, 7 times, and finally Makabe falls. Hook of the leg, 2, almost got him.
And Makabe is still in this thing, though it's not looking great for him at the moment as Phantasmo looks to the sky.
LP going to a place that he's very comfortable, the top rope. Makabe in a vulnerable position. Does LP go all the way to the top? He does. Splashes down on Daniel Makabe, goes right to the other top rope. Full extension. Guns pointed right at him, and a splash down again. LP twice on Daniel Makabe.
Daniel Makabe has spent so much this match trying to get feeling back in his fingers. He has not been able to neutralize the legs and the high-flying ability of LP, and it's biting him in the butt right there.
And yet he continues to stick around. Every time LP hits a huge move that you think has got to be it, Daniel Makabe digs deep and finds just a little bit more left in that tank to continue this fight.
Well, he is the wrestling genius. You know there's a plan B, there's a plan C. All the way through to Z, he has strategies for this match.
El Phantasmo trying to finish off this move, but Makabe works his way out of it, and if anything, is now going to start working on LP's left bicep. Kick misses the mark, and yes, Makabe in the middle of the ring, trying once again to get El Phantasmo to tap out here at the Vancouver Convention Center.
And once again, it's those fingers that prevented him from being able to lock up and apply that submission the way he might have liked.
Stiff kick. And as angry as Makabe was hitting the mark, not like this. Oh boy, LP at 2.5 getting that shoulder up in the nick of time. But yeah, everything, as you guys mentioned, that he hits him with is of equal pain value right back to Daniel Makabe.
And it might have just cost him the match right there. He couldn't go for the leverage on that pin. As a result, LP kicks out with ease.
Makabe into the referee. Colton G now wincing in pain. Daniel looking around. And now it's batten down the hatches time as both these guys, with Colton G, the referee, wincing in pain, going to try to pull out all the stops. Makabe! 2! Oh! El Phantasmo kicking out.
Cattle mutilation from Daniel Makabe. This could be it right here.
Makabe, the number 4 ranked wrestler in the NEW singles division. A win over LP would catapult him right to the top. And LP finds his way to get those toes to the rope, which means the hold has to be broken. What a match.
And again, for Makabe, this is so much about trying to establish yourself as a top-tier talent in the city of Vancouver. He is renowned in Europe. He is renowned in the United States. He's renowned particularly in Washington State. He wants this crowd to see him on the same level as an El Phantasmo.
Both of these wrestlers have worked each other so hard. And right now, Makabe in a very oh my goodness.
The styles clash.
That has to be the match. Oh, Makabe kicked out again!
And El Phantasmo is just as shocked as we are here on the commentary table, fellas. The exasperation in his eyes. What more is it going to take to keep Daniel Makabe down?
These two combatants, again, the first time they have ever faced each other in the squared circle, and here tonight happening at the Convention Center. And what a show. LP bringing Makabe right back towards the center of the ring, now up on the shoulders, but Makabe counters. LP finds him and gets that move after all.
LP looking to work his way through the famous finishers of Bullet Club, leaders of days gone by. AJ Styles clash, was just looking for the one-winged angel of Kenny Omega, but could not find it.
Oh, what a hit. He got it with the clothesline and a full 360 from El Phantasmo.
A desperation lariat from Daniel Makabe, and he looks just as gassed at the moment as Phantasmo does.
One big move away from a victory for either of these combatants here tonight. But still grasping his fingers and his wrist is Daniel Makabe. Will it be mind over matter tonight for Makabe? Stiff elbow right into the face of LP, who laughs at Makabe and offers up an elbow of his own.
Phantasmo essentially saying, all right, this is how you want to do it? Fine, let's do it.
Makabe going out, turning LP around, who was right there waiting. Like a young Richard Marks, shot in, and LP now with a smack back, and back and forth they go. LP set himself up here early on when he got to the wrist and the fingers of Daniel Makabe, who has winced with every offensive punch he has thrown this match. Slap to Makabe's face, another one, another one. Well, Makabe working that arm that he worked earlier on LP. Oh, throwing it to Colton G, the referee. This time, Colton took a real big blow, as does Makabe, and this is where LP is going to try to find his way to a victory.
Shot to the nether regions of Makabe.
Hard to the mat. LP now looking for the count. The referee, Colton G, slow to make it. 2. He got him.
And
El Phantasmo comes away with a victory at NEW2. An unbelievably hard-fought match over Daniel Makabe.
you hate to see a great match like that end on such a dour note. But that is the style of El Phantasmo. He will stop at nothing to get his way.
And full credit to El Phantasmo. He came in here and executed his game plan, took away the fingers. Credit where it's due.
We'll be back on November the 27th. NEW3 announcements coming your way. On behalf of the entire Gaming Stadium team, Justin Moore. Wait a second. The referee just stone cold stunned LP. Why not? That's what you get when you come to NEW Wrestling. Anything is possible. For Justin Morissette, Jordan Bowman, I'm Rob Fay. Good night from NEW2 in the heart of Vancouver.